Hello, good evening, and welcome to Damage Control, where we are playing a visual novel that occasionally has a third of a fighting game in it for about a minute or so at a time. We played a fighting game for a grand total of 5 minutes yesterday. When they say story mode, they ain't kidding. Hey, Silver. Glad to see you are here with bells on, all excited to see more of your request. That's true, I was streaming yesterday. We got more than 5 minutes of fighting going on yesterday. So last week, when we did part 1 of our, the first 7% of story mode.
Very well.
And coming up soon, you're going to see some bullshit. Oh, got to get my narrator voice going on here. Well, far be it for us not to deliver, I spy a moose. And, looks like we got a follow from you before we started, so thank you very much for that. Thought you could sneak it in and not get credit for it. No, no, no. We're calling you out. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, this got a little raspy last week because it was so much, but we'll see what we can manage. It seems the number of invisible walls has decreased. Could this mean the end is near? Just as I think that, I hear a familiar voice.
That's enough!
That was Miss President's voice. It was coming from the door to the announcement room. I finally made it. I open the door to the announcement room and rush inside.
You're finally here! Hello, Sensei! Congratulations! How does it feel to have won the P1 Grand Prix?
Excuse me, it's pronounced pricks. The general smirks at me as I pass through the door. Behind him, Miss President and Rise. When the two of them see me, Miss President looks confused, while Rise's face lights up with joy.
There you are, Senpai! You're late!
I have to stay cautious of the general, but I signal to the girls that everything will be all right now. Oh, so it is. Yeah, I didn't even change this in between games, so naturally, it resizes. That is actually off. Yeah, no, we don't want to do it like that. What is the correct button to hold down to keep it scaled? Nope, that's not the one. There we go. Alright, well there, we've had some insanity already. No, it does this to me all the time. I don't know why I didn't catch it this time. I have to stay cautious of the general, but I signal to the girls that everything will be all right now. The general is closer to them than I am. I can't afford to make any reckless moves just yet. And there's one more thing I need to know.
Teddy, where's Nanako?
I look around the announcement room, but Nanako is nowhere to be found. The general's face distorts with an ugly glee.
Nana-chan's right here. See?
Slowly, the general extends the arm that was held behind him. And There was Nanako. Her arms are clutched to her chest, and she slowly takes a few steps towards me, obviously frightened.
Nanako!
After taking a step forward, I notice something bizarre. The general disappeared? For a brief instant, my full attention had been focused on Nanako. The general had been standing directly behind her, but now he's gone. How could he have gone somewhere else that quickly, right in front of me, without me noticing it?
Big bro.
I'm assuming, since we theorize that the general's a shapeshifter, that he has just simply assumed Nanako's form. While I'm confused about the general's disappearance, Nanako weakly calls to me. Well, here's a twist. What if Nanako was really here and the general was her shadow? Because we never did see her shadow. Nanako's obviously been weakened by being in the TV world. She totters towards me unsteadily, looking ready to collapse at any moment. I can think about the general later. But not too much later. I need new insurance on my scooter. I have to save Nanako right now. As I reach out to her, Rise yells.
Senpai, no! Nanako-chan's not there!
Nanako's not here? What is she saying? She's right here. Just as I'm about to say so, my hand stops. Something's not right. I try to look into Nanako's face once more. And in her eyes, I saw madness.
Oh, so close! Just a little more and Sensei would have been a goner!
You bastard!
I barely reacted in time to draw my sword to block the attack. The general suddenly appeared out of nowhere to attack me with his cane, and I get a good look at him as our weapons clash together. I see the madness in his face, the same madness that I had seen in Nanako's only a moment before. That's when I noticed that Nanako had disappeared. What's going on?
You've got it wrong, Senpai! It's all been him from the beginning! He can make whoever's looking at him see him as someone else!
So he's not actually taking on other forms?
No, he's just distorting the things you see and hear!
That's right. The enemy is able to control what I see and hear. I realized that after all the battles I'd had today, but seeing Nanako had made me forget all that. The general laughs at this.
It's hard for me to show someone who isn't here that you actually saw this Nanako girl. You're hopeless.
Just like how my friends hadn't actually gone crazy before our fights, Nanako had never been brought into this world in the first place. The appearance before me is a fake. That's right, this is the pattern we gotta get used to in story mode. Tell it once, tell it twice, show it once, then tell it a third time. He distorted our senses all to make us suffer. But, just as I thought, he couldn't deceive Rise's persona abilities. That's why he kidnapped her, to keep her from warning us during his tournament. Now that I know that, I push the general's cane away and jump back toward the girls in order to distance myself from him. Good. Now I'm between them and the general. I then look straight at the one behind this bizarre situation.
Who in the world are you?
You still can't tell? Seriously, the level of intelligence around here. Find them. Here. Get a good look.
Ooh, cutscene. Like a real cutscene. Yep, Labrys's shadow.
I am a shadow. The true self. That's my face.
I saw metal limbs, golden eyes, and a ponytail. And a mirror image of Miss President's face, even though she was standing behind me, trembling.
How about it? You wanted to see what I am, didn't you? Why does she look like me?
You're not me!
That's its true form. That thing is your shadow.
This is a shadow? She really came from inside me?
Rise tries to calm Miss President, but the girl shakes her head in denial and squeezes her eyes shut. While Miss President refuses to look at this mechanical-looking being, I now understand what's going on. Because this isn't the first time I'd seen a robotic girl before. I went online and ordered a real doll. And also Aegis. All the facts match up. The way she was able to run so fast without so much as breathing heavily, even in the TV world. The sense of wrongness that I had when Miss President had asked me about killing my friends. Because, usually I feel right about that, The way she avoided telling me her name, that superhuman strength when she hit Chie, and that incredible jump to get away from us. And the Shadow's ability to interfere with the senses of other people. Not sure how that ties in as a crucial clue here. Just as Margaret had said, all the pieces to the puzzle were laid out before me. And rather than solving the puzzle, I just kept going until the end. They've all come together, and now I can see the truth. She is indeed Labrys. Labrys, another weapon with a heart, stolen by someone unknown and thrown into the TV world, created this school and forced us to fight our friends. This deep-rooted depression regarding her past memories. All of this took the form of Labrys's shadow, who manipulated everything here.
Labrys, don't look away. If you don't accept her, she'll get even stronger.
Miss Pratt, Labrys, only shivers when I call out to her. There has to be some reason why she believed that she was the student council president. But that's just a disguise, more for herself than for us. No matter how comfortable it is, it's only there to cloud her eyes from the truth.
I don't know what your past was like. It must have had some painful memories.
You think?
But you have us with you now. We're going to get you out of here.
I call out to Labrys while keeping an eye on the shadow. A shadow is the darkness within a person's heart. Unless it is accepted by the person it came from, it will never disappear for good. But with that in mind, all we can do is watch over her as she accepts this darkness within her. Hey, Dio. Welcome to the party. You're just in time to hear reading. We'll have to protect her when the shadow goes berserk and tries to kill her. But Labrys continues to shake her head and trembles violently. My words aren't getting through to her.
You hear that, me? Your friend is trying to tell you something.
The lip flaps are just out of control.
Too bad he doesn't understand at all. These clowns are so hopelessly naive.
The shadow laughs shrilly. It continues to smear more poison into Labrys's heart.
I wish I could have made them feel my pain. What it's like having to murder one another. that sadness and pain and anguish. Everything went black, and I was always left alone. I'm a weapon, a machine made only to fight. No human can understand my suffering. Stop! I've had enough. I'm human. I'm not like that.
This isn't good. I settle into a fighting stance, ready for anything, though I have a good idea what's going to happen.
Oh, you're still clinging to that. Then take a look at what you really are.
The shadow's eyes gleam with golden light. The change begins immediately. A shimmer runs across Labrys's body, and instead of the normal human girl there had been a moment ago, she has a metallic body just like her shadow.
No!
Labrys loses all composure and scratches at her arm, trying to tear away the metal that had appeared. But there was more to her change than just her arms. Her legs, waist, chest, even her head. Everything not covered by her clothing was now obviously mechanical. Obviously? The reality that she didn't want to face. There are no words we can say to her. No matter what we say, reality won't change. Labrys falls to her knees and finally mutters the words I was dreading she'd say. And there's the bullshit.
Welcome to the Velvet Room. This place exists between dream and reality, mind and matter. Now,
Too bad!
why don't you introduce yourself?
That's right, the words I've been dreading to hear her say. Welcome to the Velvet Room. That's Persona 4 Arena Story Mode for ya.
The persona you have acquired. It is a side of you that shows itself when you face the world around you.
So, in
Perhaps
order
you can
to
think of it
actually
as
complete any of the
sort
story modes,
determination you wear
I have to
face
play
various
a
difficulties
second
in life.
Persona 4 character until they get to the, until they get to the fake out. Then I have to play a Persona 3 character and get to their fake out. Then Labrys is unlocked and I can play Labrys. And only after completing Labrys can we get past the cliffhanger in every other character. So that's how that works. And I'm glad I read about that ahead of time, or, we might have had to end the stream prematurely. So, I'm actually going to pick Chie because I'm curious, based on her line in the story that she had to fight other people, which I assume were C's. Oh no, I read it in between last week and this week. Because I was trying to figure out, because it seemed like we were getting close to the end on that story last time, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to fill out a second stream, so... what should I do after I'm done with you? Oh, it turns out I'm not done with you after... Yep. And apparently there's also hidden story scenes that I completely screwed up my opportunity to get for you, but I know where to drop a save for Chie, so we'll be fine.
I wish you good luck.
May 2nd, by the by. Okay, well, we're not doing, the almost Solid Snake-like narrator voice anymore, because, my throat can't take it. But, had to complete the bit with you. Perhaps if we ever return to him, we might go back to it, but Something a little easier on the chords for the rest of the day.
Asphincter says what?
Yeah. You know, we never did see Chie's room. And now we have. Yes, unlike Persona 3, there weren't spy cameras in everybody's domicile. You know, I was expecting her to have a lot more Kung Fu DVDs than just that one row in one pile. Also, Square Root US 66. I mean, that's kind of weird. It's cloudy today. The wind's a little chilly for me, but it's the perfect weather for my daily run. Personally, I'd prefer it to be sunnier, but then I'd have to worry about UV rays and all that stuff. I guess this is okay. I've got my favorite sneakers on and I'm ready to go. Oh, I should tell my mom that I'm leaving.
I'm taking off, Mom!
Taking off what?
You've been going every day lately. I'm surprised you're sticking to it.
We never met or heard Chie's mom before, right? This is a new voice?
The body is the temple, you know. I gotta start training now.
Now?
Oh no, it's nothing.
Well, don't forget to train your brain, too.
Yes, Mother.
I mutter a response to my mother's casual remarks as I rush out the door. My name's Chie Sadonaka. I'm a third-year student attending Yasogami High School. After a certain series of events that occurred last year, I finally found out what I want to be in the future. I want to become a police officer. I'm going to make myself strong and protect everyone from bad people. Nope. I don't believe so, Silver. I know that's kind of a childish reason, but I'm serious. But because I'm so serious about it, I haven't been able to tell my parents about it yet either. But I've already talked about it with my guidance counselor, and I want to go to the police academy. And although I'm only a third year, it's May. Considering that a lot of people around me are still troubled about what to do after they graduate, I feel like I got a slight lead over them. Well, even so, I need to make sure I study a lot too. But to be honest, that's not going so great. I mean, it's so much more fun to go out for a run like this instead of sitting at a desk all day.
Feeling good.
I feel like I need to be 3 or 4 drinks in before I start sounding like Chie.
Asphincter says what?
I take a deep breath of the damp air and start my run down the road to Samigawa at my usual pace. Inaba is, and let's be honest here, out in the sticks. Takes a couple hours switching trains to get here from a real city. Some people hate that there's nothing here, and others think it's a bother how everybody knows everybody else. But to tell the truth, I like it. There's so many places to run, and I like greeting the people I meet along the way. I wave to a man that I usually bump into near the floodplain. He notices me as well and waves back. I mean, if you're running, you should be very careful about bumping into people.
Hey there, Chie-chan. Did something good happen?
Oh, can you tell?
I can tell from the voice that's not the fisherman. I was hoping we'd see the fisherman. Is it that obvious? I mean, Golden Week starts tomorrow, after all. That in itself is enough to amp me up, but even better, Yukun's coming back tomorrow.
Is it what I think it is? You finally caught yourself a boyfriend?
Jeez, you always have to bring that up.
Be careful on your jog.
Narukami. He transferred here from the city last year and he transferred out again in the spring. Though it was fast, he became a great friend. When he left, I prepared myself for the thought that I wouldn't get to see him much anymore. When I learned he was coming back, I was ecstatic. Well, he'll only be back for a short time. He's just spending the holidays here. I look up at the sky. The light gray clouds are a bit gloomy, but the weather doesn't bother me at all. I'm too busy looking forward to tomorrow. I pick up my pace and quickly pass through the shopping district. After continuing down the road, I eventually come out at the Samigawa floodplain that flows through the center of town. Weren't you just there? I want to run a little more. Just as I was considering going all the way to the park on the top of the hill, I heard something I never expected to hear again.
Did you see the Midnight Channel the other night?
The Midnight Channel?
Whoa, wait a sec. Hey, did you just say Midnight Channel? Excuse me?
The two girls seemed startled that I suddenly jumped into their conversation. Actually, one of them backs away like she's scared or something. She should be. You will give me the information I want, or I will use the touch of death on you. She doesn't have to freak out that much.
Chie-senpai?
What? Do you know her?
No, I don't know anything.
These girls are wearing Yasogami High uniforms, so they have to be first years, right? One of them seems to know me, but why is she so freaked out? Did I come on way too strong? Try speaking in a softer tone of voice and continue on.
Sorry to barge in, but well, I'm kind of interested in the Midnight Channel. And I overheard you talking about it, so you mind telling me what you were saying? What was it you told me? I heard that this time it's like a fighting show and that the people on it were fighting each other.
I didn't know who was on it. I couldn't tell anything at all.
You know exactly who was on it.
Huh? But you just said. Well, please excuse us. Come on, let's go. Hey!
One of them pulls on the other's arm until the two of them run off toward the shopping district. The fools think they can outrun me. They completely ignore me when I try to stop them. Huh. Even if I was coming on too strong in the beginning, didn't that girl's attitude suddenly change when she learned my name?
Huh? What was that? Did she not like me or something? But I've never even met her. I didn't do anything wrong, did I?
Can I think of any reasons? Well, I kinda can. My friends tend to stick out in this rural town for one reason or another. Sometimes people can dislike you for just being part of a crowd that stands out. It was especially bad when I entered the school beauty pageant last year. I was forced into it, just for the record. I heard a lot of talk behind my back. Then again, it only came from very few people. I wonder if that was part of that too. I don't let it get to me, but seeing someone react like that to my face does make me a little upset. Still, the Midnight Channel? A fighting show? People were fighting? I wanted to ask more about what she meant. Would they have not run away if I had just gone up and talked to them like a normal person? Ah! Hang on. There, we have a guest voice. Can't I do something about this habit of doing stuff without thinking about it?
I need to get better at getting information, or I'll be one lousy police officer.
I sigh to myself, then get back to my run.
The Midnight Channel.
No. No. Hang on a second. Hang on. You say it's late night, but the music clearly indicates it's lunchtime. As I munch on an awesome meat bun from Aya, my late night dessert that I saved from dinner, I roll onto my bed. Oh man, this meat bun is amazing! You just heat it up in the microwave for a minute, and the outside gets all fluffy, and then the juices get all over you when you bite into it like a meat apple. take my time to savor this wonderful meat bun while I look outside the window. It's still cloudy, but it's not raining. Yes, a meat apple.
I wonder if it'll start raining before midnight.
The weather forecast did say it would start raining tonight. I think it'll be okay. I mean, Marie's never wrong. See, this is what you should do. If you're worried about the Midnight Channel, call Marie and have her make sure that it's never raining at midnight. Like, problem solved. One move. I can't watch the Midnight Channel unless it's raining, after all. This Midnight Channel was an urban legend that was popular last year. They said that if you looked into a turned-off TV at midnight during a rainstorm, your soulmate would appear on the screen. Of course, the real problem was that it wasn't just a rumor. People really could see it. And the people that were shown weren't anything romantic like soulmates. Disagree. Because we saw all 4 of the female party members on the Midnight Channel after all. It was actually connected to a series of terrible murders last year. There was a lot of absolutely crazy stuff that happened last year. Another World in the TV, Personas, Shadows. The Midnight Channel started it all. And for some reason, I think this recap would be sufficient for anyone who never played Persona 4. But it doesn't come on anymore. It stopped because of all the things. And I mean a lot of things we did. We formed an investigation team. Liquid Hot Magma. And worked together to crack the case. That's why the Midnight Channel stopped coming on. Or so I thought. But if someone's seen it recently, I can't ignore it.
Why is it back on the air?
There's still some time before midnight, but I just can't concentrate. I know it's weird. They spend like a considerable amount of time recapping, but they recap so little. I should turn on the TV and kill some time.
This is iNews bringing you the headlines for May 2nd. We begin with a hijacking of a domestic flight yesterday morning.
At Juness, every day is customer appreciation.
Wait, no, go back to the hijacking. That was interesting.
Get in touch with our products.
Oh, I know. Maybe Yosuke's heard a couple of rumors about this.
That's a great idea, even for me. And when you have a great idea, you've got to act on it immediately. I grab my cell and bring up Yosuke's number. Yosuke Hanamura. He's a classmate of mine. He's one of the friends that I worked hard with on the investigation team. He's a clown, though, always doing stupid things. But his dad owns the Juness Mega Mart in town, and Yosuke's always talking to the girls while working there. Well, more like helping out. So he knows a lot of gossip. I bet he'll know something about this. Oh, wait. Is he still at work at this hour? What should I do if he doesn't pick up? Having to leave a message makes me more nervous than when I talk to a real-life person. I wonder if I'm the only one who feels that way.
Yo, Chie, what's up?
Oh, I'm glad you picked up. Are you free to talk right now?
Ah, he's got epilogue chin in that photo.
Yeah, I just got off work. Didn't I already email you about tomorrow? You deleted without reading it, didn't you?
How stupid do you think I am?
You see, in my head, like, I fear that Yosuke and Chie are going to end up in a pair the spares situation where, like, nobody takes them, so they just try to have a relationship with each other. And, like, the entire time it's just them almost killing each other. I just can't, like, they're going to be you know, the awful couple. Sheesh, he's rude as always. But there's a part of me that's relieved to hear his cheerful voice. I hadn't noticed it until just now, but it seems like part of me was a bit shaken when I heard about the Midnight Channel starting up again. Wait, now's not the time to be relieved. I have to be gathering information. When I think of that to myself, I find myself talking lower, like I'm sharing a secret.
Anyway, I heard a sort of disturbing rumor. The Midnight Channel might be back again.
Huh? The Midnight Channel? There's no way. Who told you that?
An underclassman at our school. I tried to get more details out of her, but she took off in a huge hurry.
I tried to squeeze her for information.
Dude, you didn't growl at her or anything when you asked her about it, did you?
Maybe I did look pretty scary. Now that he's brought it up, I'm not so sure of myself anymore. But not even Yosuke knows about the Midnight Channel's reappearance. Maybe the rumor only started up recently? Well, we still need to pool whatever information we have. That's how an investigation works.
No, I was completely normal. At least I think I was. So anyway, the girl she was with said something about a fighting show. I didn't get any details, but she didn't seem like she was lying. And hey, the forecast says it's gonna rain tonight. Why don't we check it out?
Yeah, good call. If this is for real, we can't ignore it.
That might be the only sensible line Yosuke is going to have the entire game.
But if it turns out to be a hoax, you better buy me dinner.
Then you owe me steak if it's true.
What? Anyway, I'll talk to you later.
I should call Yukiko too. Oh wait, she might be too busy to pick up.
I am the call of Yosuke. I should tell Yukiko about this next. Yukiko Amagi. She's another classmate of mine and has been my best friend since we were kids. The Amagi Inn that her family runs is a luxurious establishment with quite a history. The thought of being the successor to her family legacy seemed to have weighed her down, but she appears to have made her mind up and is having fun with it. That doesn't mean she doesn't complain every once in a while. Still, even if she does pick up this late at night, I might be bothering her. All I really need to do is tell her what's going on, so I'll just send her an email. Oh, I should ask her where and when we're supposed to meet up tomorrow. I mean, I remember it. I totally do. But to be honest, I checked my inbox and I couldn't find Yosuke's email. Ugh. Looks like I erased it when I cleaned out that expired Junes mailing list. Sometimes I just associate the world's Yosuke and Junes together without thinking. I'm actually a little shaky about when we're supposed to meet. And the more I think about it, the less sure I am I remember it right.
Maybe I really am that stupid. Jeez.
There, email sent. Now, who else haven't I told yet? Oh, there's Naoto-kun. Actually, she told me beforehand that she wouldn't be in Inaba during Golden Week. I guess she couldn't free up her work schedule. She sounded so disappointed on the phone, too. With that on my mind, I searched through my contact list for her anyway.
Hi, Naoto-kun? Oh, I'm not interrupting your work, am I?
No, it's quite alright.
I double-checked with her just in case something's changed and she can make it. Was that really necessary? It's gonna be in the next line of dialogue. Looks like she really can't. After making sure, I decide not to tell her about what might be another case. I feel bad about making her worry when she can't come back here.
It really is a shame. Give my regards to Senpai and the others, won't you?
Will do. Good luck with the job.
Alright. All I can do now is wait for midnight. You're not gonna tell Kanji? Or Rise? Like that's it? Go straight? Alright, yeah, it's fair, going straight to Naoto. But there's other people you can call. It's possible that Naoto is the best character in any game Naoto's in. But are you talking about, like, you know, as a fighter. See, like, Mortal Kombat's story mode has really given me the wrong impression of story modes in video games, apparently. It's past 11:30. Maybe I'll be able to concentrate now when there's nothing fun to do? Well, I tried, but it was still useless. While I'm lying face down on my desk, I hear a faint sound hitting my window. I rush over to my window.
Yes, rain! Keep it up, clouds.
I tore up the shutters and threw out the sash. The Midnight Channel should show up then. No, I don't think I should get so hasty. May just only be a rumor. Still, I want to hurry up and see if it's going to come on or not. Considering that Yukun's coming back, it'd be great if there was nothing else to have to worry about. Once I make sure it doesn't show up, I'll pray for the rain to lift so we'll have a great reunion under clear skies tomorrow. Take a seat in front of the TV and wait. Man, can't time hurry up a bit?
This kind of brings back memories.
Waiting for the Midnight Channel like this. It's as if the investigation team had picked up right where it left off. When I close my eyes and drift away, those memories come back like it was only yesterday. Yukun was our leader, and Yosuke was his partner. The two of them fought back to back, always perfectly in tune with each other. It's not how I remember it. And then there's Yukiko, who can be off at times, but is kind and warm-hearted. She's my best friend. She was one of the victims in the case, too. Saving Yukiko was actually the first job for the investigation team. And Donatello does machines. Oh, now you remember Kanji. Then there's Kanji-kun. He's 1 year younger than us, and though he seems like an oddly feminine juvenile delinquent, he's a man at heart. There's also Rise-chan, or Risette, who's actually a famous pop idol. Oh, and I can't forget Naoto-kun, since she's the only person I remembered to call. She's a real detective. Finally, there's Teddy. He's always a clown and jokes around, but it's hard to hate him. The more I think about it, the more I realize that our group really is full of strange people. I guess there's no helping the fact that we get talked about then. But now we're just used to being together. To be honest, if it hadn't been for the case, I might never have gotten to know some of them. Still, I never want to have to go through anything like that again.
Just 5 more minutes to go.
You have to go through something like that at least 3 more times. Because I believe Q already happened. Like, that was in the middle of everybody's game, like, not afterward. Like, if I remember correctly, Persona Q and Q2 happen, like, at the precise moment you get all of your party members in 3, 4, and 5 simultaneously. When I swallow, the sound is amazingly loud. My hands are cold, and I've unconsciously curled them into fists. Please don't show up. I mean, if it does, there might be another victim. Oh, I'm just noticing Chie rates a flat screen. Like, I just want to laugh about this tomorrow. If Yosuke just laughed it off thinking that I tricked him into staying up all night for no reason, I really don't want someone to get hurt again. You know, I think I remember there being dialogue in Persona 4 about, maybe it wasn't about Chie, but about how, like, flat screens were above her pay grade. Oh, don't worry. It's not the Midnight Channel, it's the Phantom Hour. Thank goodness.
The desperate fighting program amongst high school students. A new legend is about to start.
May the manliest of all men come on down!
Nobody touches his precious Nanako, the sister complex kingpin of steel, Yu Narukami!
It's only natural.
Wage slave in the boonies by day, hero by night, Captain Resentiment, Yosuke Hanamura!
Everything that
Honestly, he got off easy.
A spunky dragon with deadly legs, the carnivore who's discarded womanhood, Chie Satonaka!
You need to eat more meat!
Please escort me to the ring, my prince, the unconquerable Snow Black, Yukiko Amagi!
I'll finish you in one strike!
Blooming roses and bulging muscles, the blood-curdling beefcake emperor, Kanji Tatsumi! Deep into realms of romance, the body of a child, the brain of a genius, the 2000 IQ killjoy detective, Naoto Shirogane!
Is this an army of idiots?
Fight and survive towards the one throne waiting at the end! The P1 Grand Prix where fierce fights will be fought! The battle begins tonight!
What on earth was that?
Ellipsis, ellipsis. That's okay. We'll go for a total of 6 ellipses.
What?
7, I guess.
What the hell?
I'm frozen to the spot for a good 30 seconds before I can shout. After that initial burst, though, ellipsis, I don't even know what to say. Yes, ellipsis. That was the Midnight Channel. It was as clear as day. And I was on it. There was no mistake, ellipsis. That was me. And there was some stupid catchphrase tagged on to all of us. Before I know it, my cell's in my hand and I've dialed a number. Who's first?
Hello?
What the hell was that carnivore who's discarded womanhood crap?
Getting straight to the point, Chie. The instant Yosuke picks up, I can't restrain myself from venting my anger on him. That describes the entirety of the last game. What the hell was that all about? Seriously, what the hell?
Ow! You almost blew out my eardrum!
I haven't discarded it! I haven't, you hear me? I eat vegetables too, you know, and I haven't discarded my womanhood!
Alright, just calm down.
What was that about? Is that what everyone's been seeing? No wonder that girl got so spooked this afternoon.
Yeah, there was a carnivore that discarded womanhood in front of her. She must have thought I was going to eat her or something. It said carnivore, not cannibal. Must have been scarier than the boogeyman. No.
There, that's a good girl. Calm down.
Oh, Yosuke.
Hey, don't treat me like a rabid animal!
Well, just think about how I feel. That Captain Ressentiment part isn't too cool. Let's ignore that for now. Look, there's something that bothered me about what we just saw. Teddy was in that video, and he looked like he's hosting the whole thing.
Really?
Plus, he hasn't come home yet. And he's not picking up his cell either.
What?
Can you call Yukiko? I'll try and contact the others. I'm gonna hang up now, but I'll call back in about 30 minutes, okay?
Got it.
I hurry up and call Yukiko, because nobody would ever have figured that out from the context if I didn't, have the internal monologue about it. She seems badly shaken up, too, and her voice is trembling. I was about to try to console her about it, but the reason she was so shaken up was a little different. It wasn't because of what was on the Midnight Channel, but a phone call she received earlier tonight. Oh, wait, that was for me.
Huh? Rise-chan's gone missing?
Yeah, her manager called the Amagi in to ask if I knew anything. Could it be related to the Midnight Channel?
I don't know about that, but...
Even though that's what I said, I wasn't convinced otherwise. The Midnight Channel must be related to how Teddy and Rise-chan have gone missing. I don't have any proof, but think about the timing. There has to be some kind of connection here. In any case, I check with Yukiko about our meeting tomorrow before I hang up. Later, though, another troubling tidbit was added when Yosuke called me again. This must be about
Kanji.
Kanji's missing too. His mom told me that he was sleeping in the living room, but then he disappeared.
Then Teddy, Rise-chan, and Kanji-kun...
Yeah, this might be serious. I'll see you at the food court tomorrow.
I glare at the TV screen. Of course, since it's turned off, nothing's on it. I've discarded my womanhood so badly I can't even turn on the TV. I don't care about any stupid catchphrases now. I'm just worried about the friends that we can't get in touch with.
Please be okay.
Hey, that's not the Junes music. Boo. I didn't manage to get any sleep that night, so I got to the meeting place much earlier than I was supposed to. This is the food court on the Junes roof. It's where the investigation team usually meet. The light clouds from last night have blown away, and a nice breeze is passing through the area. Now where should I wait for everyone? Just when I was convinced that I was the first one here, I see the narrow back of my best friend.
Yukiko, you're early!
Good morning, Chie. I couldn't stop thinking about things, so I wrapped up my shift at the inn early and came here.
You're early, and your back is so narrow. Yukiko smiles. Man, she's so pretty as usual. Just seeing her smile makes me feel a little embarrassed. But Yukiko's not just about looks. On top of being trained in etiquette at the inn, she's elegant and smart. Obviously, she's insanely popular among the guys. There are times when I'm honestly envious of her for having things that I don't. But I'm proud of her, and I'm always happy she's my friend. Yes, things you don't, like useful attack magic. A woman's mind is complicated. Yeah, I said it, a woman's mind. I haven't discarded my womanhood, damn it.
I actually made a boxed lunch for everyone. Let's eat it together later.
Wow, a boxed lunch? You made it?
Don't worry, I made sure to taste test it first, so it won't be like last year. I think.
Well, you've got a point. We don't want people to keep calling us poison chefs, do we? Ooh, that does smell really good. Oh man, I can't wait to try it.
It smells so good. I'm sure it'll be okay. Yukiko's really been doing her best lately, after all. As Yukiko blushes shyly, I notice two people entering the food court from behind her. Yes, is there meat? That's Yosuke and Yukun.
Hey there, sorry I'm late. I ran into this guy at the elevator.
But the elevator proceeds at its own pace, so that shouldn't have slowed you down, Yosuke.
Good to see you guys again.
Welcome back! The guest of honor's finally here. You're looking well.
Welcome back. Should we...
Huh? Oh, he already knows about the Midnight Channel thing. He's actually the one who called me up about it.
Oh, I see. This has turned into a pretty thrown-together reunion, hasn't it?
Wait a minute, but I called you! Man, this is Chie erasure. Though I would expect as much from Yosuke.
But I'm glad you came.
Once Yukun takes a seat, Yosuke clears his throat in an exaggerated way and looks at all of us. Ooh, is this going where I think this is going? When I glance towards Yukiko, our eyes meet, and we can't help but laugh.
Well, it sucks that we can't hang out more before jumping into another mystery, but to celebrate our partner's return, I hereby reinstate the investigation team in response to the Midnight Channel going back on the air last night.
I suppose Yosuke's the secretary.
Oh, the team is back! Just hearing that name again gets me all fired up. Yeah, let's
I don't think the applause is necessary.
Too bad, Yusuke, you got the clap. But it gets us all hyped up. Yusuke smiles to himself and looks at Yukun, but Yukun was about to start clapping along with us. Yosuke just shrugs awkwardly. Everyone laughs at this, and the mood lightens considerably. It's like we've never changed. I feel like in this brief time we've completely filled the last couple of months that we've been away. It's like Yukun never went back to the city.
Well, let's get cracking. I mean, this is no laughing matter.
The relaxed air suddenly tightens with Yosuke's words. With the Midnight Channel airing, we all understand what that means.
No one's heard from Teddy, Kanji, or Rise. Just those three, right?
Yeah. Oh, I got a hold of Naoto-kun, but I didn't tell her about this stuff. She told me she couldn't make it today because of her job, so I didn't want to worry her. She seemed pretty bummed that she couldn't be here too.
Naoto-kun seriously seemed busy when I talked to her. It would have been reassuring if we had Naoto-kun here, since she's such an amazing detective that even the police ask for her assistance. She has to be doing something really important right now.
One thing's been bothering me. The picture on the TV was very clear last night.
Think about what came on last night. Yeah, the picture was really clear. There was no static or digital fuzz or anything. I could easily tell who was on it. But isn't that odd? Everyone else has the same doubts I do. Yukun speaks up and asks about the reason behind it.
Yeah. Going by the pattern from last year, it wouldn't be that clear until after the victim entered the TV.
Wouldn't that be Yosuke, not Yukun?
Hey, isn't this the first time a big group of people was shown together? Plus, we're still here.
Or are you?
Why us anyway? And what's up with those insulting descriptions?
I look over to Yukiko after that. Crap, she's angry. She still has a beautiful smile on, but I can tell she's seriously mad. Hey, don't get mad at me. Your nickname wasn't that bad. At least the unconquerable Snow Black is still feminine. That's just a joke about Snow White. I got stuck with Carnivore. Oh, sorry. Carnivore. Yeah, I know that's not the problem here, but still.
What bothers me most is Teddy. He was acting like the host of that show.
Yukun said the same thing Yosuke said yesterday. So thank goodness I commented on it. Now that's our leader. Even though he's been slapped with some insane label like Sister Complex Kingpin, he's as calm as ever.
Yeah, we can't find him.
This smells fishy. Then again, I doubt he would play a prank like this for no reason.
I guess we'll just have to go inside the TV and find out what's going on.
Won't we be stuck in there without Teddy to give us an exit?
And we get to see this twice more if we do Yosuke's and Yukiko's story.
Uh-huh, not so. I've had Teddy keep the exit TV out on that side.
Look at you, all prepared.
I mean, think about it. What if we were half asleep and fell into a TV when Teddy wasn't over there? Isn't that a scary thought?
Like anyone would be that clumsy.
Well, there is someone who almost fell in like that. It's something I remember back when we simply brushed off his claims that he could get into the TV. I remember that you had said he had gotten stuck because his TV screen was so small or something like that. He had been so serious. Feels like that was a long time ago.
Anyway, it sounds like it's safe for us to go investigate then.
Yeah, there's no doubt that something's going on in there. Is everyone ready?
We're all good to go. To tell the truth, I had a hunch that this was going to happen.
Everyone stands up excitedly, ready to show that we're all prepared. We're headed for the electronics department in Junes. We know the big screen TV there will allow us to enter that other world. Actually, we could use other TVs, but there's no way to know where we'd end up, so we just stuck with that one TV. I can feel myself getting more fired up with every step I take. If the friends we couldn't get in touch with have been dragged into something, then I have to rescue them. My fingers are still cold as I curl them into a fist. It's been a while, so I'm nervous. When I glance at Yukiko, she doesn't look very enthusiastic either.
Yukiko, it'll be all right. You don't need to scrunch up your face.
Was I doing that?
Yeah, you're gonna give yourself wrinkles.
I'll be more careful.
Don't worry, things are different from the way they were last year. We're old pros at this.
It brings a smile back to Yukiko's face. When I see her relax, my nervousness unravels along with hers. Yeah, we'll be okay. I'm sure we'll be able to save them. I mean, is Naoto's job working with C's? Or would that just be too clean?
It's a holiday, so the store's full of people.
I feel like things are picking up around town.
Oh, there's Hermit.
You know, it's been a while since last time. I'm a little nervous.
Whoa, wait! There are still people in this aisle!
Hey, get ready! Huh? The customers are going away! Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go!
Yeah! Isn't this different from usual? Oh no! What do we do?
What can we do? We can't stop now!
Yes. You know, I intend to bait Kanji because he seems like he's built for a fighting game. So naturally, he's not part of the first group of people that are unlocked. When I wake up, I notice I'm lying on the ground. I quickly get up and make sure I'm all right. Okay, I don't hurt anywhere. It's been a while since I had to enter a TV, but there was something different this time. There isn't usually that sensation of falling forever. Cautiously check my surroundings. And I'm awestruck.
Is this our school?
Oh, they finally have the music synced up correctly. That's the gate to Yasugami High School. I should know it. I go there almost every day. Hey, didn't the TV world turn into some beautiful place when we finished the case? Did it change back?
Hey, what do you guys...
I turn around expecting to see my friends nearby. But lo and behold, there's no one in there.
Where'd they go? Hey! Is anyone there?
I don't think lo and behold would be part of Chie's natural internal monologue. I call out, but there's no answer. There isn't even an echo. My voice just disappears as if the sound is being sucked away. Usually we'd come out together when we went in through the same TV. Dio, you got a snack? Did you get meat? Yukun, Yosuke, Yukiko? Where'd they all go? I anxiously look around, but there's no one.
Where is this?
I know I'm in the TV world, so why does it look like Yasugami High? And there's all these weird decorations all over the place. It's like the week before the Culture Festival, but different. Huh? That reminds me. Oh, what was on the Midnight Channel? Not
What
the
was
people,
it?
bud.
The P1 Grand Prix?
Just as I say that, smoke suddenly gushes from the sides of the big monitors set up near the school gate.
Hey! What is this? Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get our program started!
Is that Rise-chan?
A loud cheer accompanies her voice. Where's that coming from? There shouldn't be any people here. I look around wildly while Risei-chan continues on the screen.
There's no need for manners or courtesy or anything today, so let it all hang out. Tell us how you really feel. I, Reset, will be your commentator. But first, the General would like to say a few words.
Commentator? General?
It seems the time has come. I'm proud to announce the opening of our very own P1 Grand Prix!
Wait, the General is Teddy?
Now Teddy's on the monitor, and he's dressed all weird. In case you didn't notice. We came here because we were worried that something had happened to him, and now this stupid bear's up to shenanigans?
Hey you! What are you doing? What's all this about?
Welcome, Chie-chan! You must now strive to become the champion among all fighters!
Champion among all fighters? You don't mean we're gonna fight each other like it said on the Midnight Channel, do you?
You're quick to understand. I bet you're already aching to get started, huh?
Hey, enough with this sick joke. Everyone's worried about you, you know.
I wouldn't know about that. Bring out the first challenger!
On cue, the smoke gushes out of the monitor again. And now, I see a familiar silhouette. It's Yukun! So I'm not alone in here. I rush over to him with relief.
Ugh, thank goodness you're okay. I guess I got separated from everyone else. Anyway, listen, I found Teddy, but he's not making any sense at all. He's telling us to fight against each other.
Not making any sense?
You're right. He was fitting Yosuke. He laughed silently at my words, and suddenly draws his weapon. Oh, correct music again. Good job.
What's wrong?
Aren't you gonna prepare yourself? The P1 Grand Prix already started.
I see my own dumbfounded face reflected in his blade. This is all so sudden. I can't understand what's happening. Prepare myself? Does that mean we're gonna fight? I'm gonna fight Yukun?
Hey, what's gotten into you? Seriously, I can't fight you.
Why?
Why?
You're naturally violent, though. That's why you want to become a police officer, so you can be violent on the job. The serving and protecting thing is just a cover.
Oh, now you're gonna get served.
What are you saying?
His words are even more of a shock. Is this really Yukun? I'm going to assume the spoiler here is no, it isn't, and we'll see the real one later. I look at him over and over again from the top of his head to the tips of his toes. But that's him, our leader. I'd know him anywhere. When I can't say anything in response to him, he sneers coldly at me.
You just want to act strong, no? So you don't have to face yourself. The real you is weak. You can't protect anyone. You're so pitiful, it's a struggle to protect yourself.
You're so pitiful. Everything I've been worked up over, everything I've been, oh, right, skipped a word. Everything I've been worked up over in the past year all comes rushing back to me. Before, I wanted to be strong to protect people who were close to me. But at the same time, I was using that strength as a crutch. I was depending on that power to keep people from seeing my inner weakness. It was a painful truth about myself, but I learned it over the course of the case, and I wanted to turn away from it.
But I'm different now.
That's not who I am anymore. I thought Yukun would understand that better than anyone. So why is he saying that?
Did you always think that about me? Even though you were with me when I faced my shadow?
Or did he change when he went back to the city? Did he forget about us? Did that year we spent together not matter anymore to him? I don't get it. It makes no sense at all.
Looks like things are heating up. Well then, let's get this show started.
In here.
You heard her. Face me, or die.
Yukun slowly raises his hand. I know what he's about to do. I fought by his side for so long. That movement, it's a persona summoning.
You're serious.
I brace for a fight and I concentrate my senses for the first time in a while. I call out to my inner self. If Yukun is serious, then I've got to give this my all too. Come to Omo, my persona.
If you forgot, then I'll make you remember. Here goes!
I mean, of course he's edgy. He's using a slashing weapon. Okay, so do you think going from having the different types of physical damage to just physical, do you think that that was better or worse? Also, boot to the head. Apparently now we're spunky dragons with deadly legs instead of the carnivore who discarded womanhood. Not unlike last time. Actually, this took longer because we didn't do the tutorial this time. I beat Yukun? Well, he brought a level 5 persona into the fight, so... Maybe, but that doesn't make me happy at all. Yep. Yeah, you missed it, Dio. It's over already. I try my best to fight back with the tears that well up in my eyes. Also, wasn't it kind of bullshit in 4 that people could resist Almighty? Kind of defeats the purpose of the damage type. That's when I noticed there were other students gathered around us. No. Take a better look. These aren't students. They aren't even human. Whatever they are, they're only shaped like people. Again, that makes... Why does that line just sound like a red flag for, like, being a sociopath? I was so absorbed in the fight that I didn't pay any attention to them, but I vaguely remember seeing them while we were fighting. What are they? They look like people's silhouettes. Could they be shadows? Still, they're not attacking me. Is this some stage effect Teddy's doing? I do have to say, like, if someone... I suppose the only reason why resisting Almighty is bullshit is because of the all-out attack is Almighty Elemental. But other than that, if I have to resort to using Almighty magic, I'm usually just running from the battle and going to fight something that has a real weakness instead, you know? I try to think about this, but in the end I turn to Yukun, who's down on his knees. It's no use. I can't think of anything to say right now. And even though my mind's a mess, Teddy shows up on the monitor and starts being a total ass.
That was an amazing fight!
It's true, like, Hama and Muto were, like, much more reliable in Persona 4 than they were in Persona 3. I, like, never used them in 3. They always missed, no matter what the percentage was supposed to be. Like, every once in a while you'd encounter an enemy that was weak to them. But in 4, once I had, like, you know, a multi-hit and a boost, like, that would still be a miss in Persona 3. Persona 4, easy mode.
Good job in defeating Sensei, Chie-chan. That's our #1 thug.
What is this?
You're gonna get a boot to the head, Teddy.
Really what you want? Why did you make me fight him?
Oh, but I'm sure you know why, Chie-chan. Be looking forward to your next opponent.
The monitor turns off. The students around us seem to have lost interest. They leave the area too. What does he mean, I know why we're fighting? I almost rush over to help him stand up, but my feet stop. I still don't know how to deal with what he said earlier. But I need to talk to him. Yeah. My mind's still all jumbled, but I have to say something.
I'm sorry about earlier. I didn't hold
Sphincter
back
says
at all.
what?
Must have hurt. But come on. Weren't you being a little too hard on me?
Yeah, same to you. Although, I kinda get why you'd say that.
Huh?
Yukun sounds like he's pouting as he scratches his head. Huh? Wait a second. Shouldn't I be the one pouting right now?
Let's sort this out. There's too much going on that we don't understand.
Oh, right.
Sounds calm, like usual, which helps me cool down a bit. Yeah, this is the usual Yukun. The Yukunual. But then why was he talking like that before? I still don't know how to deal with that, but he's right. We need to sort out what's going on here.
First, the TV world reflects people's hearts, right? This time, it's turned into Yasugami High.
If the same rules as last year apply, then someone related to Yasugami High may have entered here.
Then... where does that get us?
I don't know, but we're forced to participate in this Grand Prix and fight one another.
That host really was Teddy. And Rise-chan's announcing seemed like she was trying to rile us up too.
There's no way it could be them.
Yukun sounds determined. Hearing him talk with such conviction makes me feel relieved for some reason. Yeah, he's right. Neither Teddy nor Rise-chan would do this to us. Teddy does harass the girls, and he's always causing trouble as if everything's a game to him. But he'd protect us with his life when it counts. Rise-chan would too. She's a friend who would do everything she can for us except participate in battle. It's impossible that they'd want to make us fight our friends like this.
Have you seen Yosuke and the others?
No, not yet. We all entered the TV together, too.
I see. Let's meet up with the others first. We'll deal with this new mystery after that.
Right.
Yukun is amazing as ever. It's not just that he's always calm and smart, but he helps others figure out what's most important. He and I start walking to the school together, but...
What's wrong?
Yukun suddenly clutches his face and stops for no reason. I wasn't looking beside me, but it sounded like he ran into something. Huh? But there's nothing here, right? He slowly raises his hands and walks forward, and his arms meet resistance in midair. It's like there's a wall right there. But
I got through okay.
I wave my arm through the space where his arms have stopped. Yeah, it went right through. There's nothing here. When Yukun sees this, he looks surprised. What does this mean? While he and I look at each other, confused, the monitor comes back on.
Whoops, I'm so forgetful. No matter how much you try, you can't go any further, Sensei.
It should have been like Sideshow Bob hitting the rake. You know, Yu's line should have been, yeah.
Huh? Actually, no one who loses a match can leave. Only the winner can move on. Those are the rules. Comprende?
At least Teddy didn't, like, accidentally mentioned that it's to the death. The monitor turns off just as suddenly as it turned on.
Oh, hey!
He's watching us, but he doesn't care to listen to anything we have to say? Isn't that selfish? Still, only the winner can move on, huh? If that's not some goofy plot out of a TV show, I don't know what is. What in the world does he want from us? I mean, if there's something like a wall here, then...
Persona!
Yukun summons his persona, has it slash where he couldn't pass through, which I'm standing right on the other side of, by the way. I was thinking the same thing, but damn, a little heads up would be nice. I should summon my persona too and see if that helps. Wait, I can't touch this wall myself though. After a number of tries, Yukun exhales deeply and shrugs.
It's no use. Looks like these rules can't be broken.
Then...
If I concentrate on attacking a single spot, I may be able to break through, but you can't wait around for that. You'll have to go on without me. It's in your hands now.
Huh? You want me to just leave you here?
What's wrong?
Huh? Oh, so sorry. I'm just nervous. You're better at solving cases and things, so I'm like, can I do this on my own? It really would have been better if I had lost, huh? Great.
Thanks, GA. You just lost the game. Also, all of you just lost the game. Yeah. Now that I say that out loud, it's true. I mean, he's so much smarter than me, and calmer and stronger. So if you compare him to me, I can't get what he said earlier out of my head. A weak, pitiful person.
That's not likely. Weren't you gonna protect everyone?
That's when he puts his hand on my shoulder, even though I'm standing on the other side of the wall he can't pass through. I look up and he's smiling like he's trying to cheer me up.
Don't worry. Believe in yourself.
Trust your instincts.
You can save them. Plus, rushing headlong into things is your specialty, right?
Hey, that's mean.
But that's what's best about you, Chie. You're honest and straightforward.
I know he's just kidding, but I do feel better now. And we don't know what Yukiko or Yusuke are doing right now either. Logically fighting each other?
Thanks. I'll get going then. I'll be back with the rest of the guys to save you. Just wait for us.
If I'm the only one who can go on, then that's just what I have to do. I'm the only one who can do this, so I will do it because I'm the only one who can. Or something. It kind of makes sense. Everything should be that simple. I wave one last time back to Yukun before running into the school building. I know this is where I should be here. No problems getting inside the school, but where do I go now? Running around aimlessly may be dangerous. Stop and think for a moment. Let's see here. The clues I have right now are Jack and shit. Oh yeah, how Teddy shows up on the monitor sometimes. That means he's being filmed live somewhere, right? We're going to be doing that. As my mind is running flat out, I catch a familiar figure out of the corner of my eye. That eye-searing combination of blue and red, it can only be... What the? He didn't even notice me. He just went up the stairs like I hadn't said anything. And he wasn't alone. There was that girl in a Yasugami High uniform with him, but who was that? Rise-chan? That was a terrible guess. No, it wasn't her. Ugh, anyway, I need to go after him.
Hey, get back here!
Third year, class 2, Chie Satonaka. How are things going? I have a message from the general. Your next battle is about to begin, so don't go anywhere.
Huh?
You're going to fight you again, right? Despite all my rage, I stop when I hear Rise-chan, and a monitor in the hallway turns on. This time, Teddy was in a costume. Wait, what? I thought I'd just seen Teddy, and he wasn't wearing anything like that.
How did you change so fast?
What are you talking about? I'm the general, so I'm always wearing this uniform. Don't you think I look sharp, Chie-chan?
Yukun has said there was no way Teddy could be behind this, and I really want to believe it. That looks and sounds just like Teddy. Ugh, my brain's a mess.
Fine, I'll head straight to where you are and ask you in person.
You really don't seem to get it, Chie-chan. This is a Grand Prix, and your next battle is coming up. Haven't you been listening?
Isn't the Grand Prix a race?
I don't care about your stupid Grand Prix. I don't want to fight anymore.
Yeesh! How thick can you be? Don't you know this Grand Prix is for you?
For me?
What's he talking about? All this fighting is for me? For me? All this fighting is for me? I'm about to laugh, but I get a tight feeling in this chest. I didn't want to hear what he was going to say next, so I forced the conversation on a different track.
Who was that girl back there?
Never mind her. Worry more about the opponent coming up. Come on! We're about to get started.
I asked that question out of desperation, but it worked. Teddy seems flustered. Huh. So there's something he doesn't want me to find out.
Now bring out the next challenger!
I want to ask him about that girl again, but smoke suddenly floods the area and I can't see the monitor anymore. The last time this happened, Yukun came out of the smoke. Who's it going to be this time, then? I see a shadow through the haze. Yosuke?
There you are, you Venisonian. Let's do this with everything we've got.
What's wrong with loving meat? Wait, that's not what I meant to say. You mean you want to fight too?
Well, this is the P1 Grand Prix, you know. Since you're training to be a police officer, let me see some of your skills.
Yosuke smirks and makes a sarcastic salute. This clearly can't be Yosuke. That's like not nearly as insulting as what he usually says. His expression is so cold and filled with malice. He's making fun of me. It's happening again. I can't help but be at a loss. Maybe this is a shadow or something? I mean, I don't want to think that Yosuke himself could make that face at me. But isn't it odd that a shadow would want to attack somebody other than the person it's trying to be? Then maybe this is the real Yosuke?
Hey, let's not do this.
Huh? You're not gonna show me your kung fu? Well, I guess it is pretty useless.
It's not useless. I train myself so I can protect people.
When I shout back, he just gets even more obnoxious. As though there was anything other than that he ever did.
Protect my ass. You're just a brat who wants to be a hero.
Protect your what?
You say you want to become a police officer, but come on. I bet you're not even studying. Just stay home and play pretend. That way you won't get yourself hurt. Cowardly Chie-chan can't face reality after all.
That's not me! Oh wait. I can't finish that sentence. I can't say that he's not right. Yosuke's saying the same thing Yukun said earlier. The weakness in me that I thought I overcame last year begins to throb painfully. What kind of visual novel is this? That's when Rise-chan laughs over the PA system as if she's watching us right now.
Ooh, has the carnivore been defanged? This battle might be over before it starts.
Rise would never say Yosuke had a sick burn.
Kung Fu pride.
This is just like what happened with Yukun earlier. That's right, the air around him changed after I fought him. I'm sure it'll be the same this time too. Actually, that's all I can hope for. I tap the ground with my toes. Yeah, I'm still fast and light. My heart is heavy, but I can't let that stop me now.
get it. I'll beat some sense into you.
Finals.
Here comes Yosuke Senpai! Son of Judas! What's this? Both use it as signs to kick.
Still up! Sorry about this, Chie.
The fight is not a match. Anything could happen.
Just getting started.
This is everything! Wait at your Judas! What's this? Every opponent's
Just stay still up. Still up.
Will it all be over in moments?
Oh, wow, 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 wow.
To a tight situation. Stamina is low for an awakening. A round of applause for both sides.
Whew. Quick, add it to the Trello. Quick!
Ooh, you truly are a beast! We'll be looking forward to seeing your brutal kicks in the next battle, too!
Brutality. You're a moderator, Dio. You can see all the comments. The monitor turns off before I can say anything. But before I deal with that bear, I need to deal with Yosuke. I mean, I can't just let him insult me. I mean, you did just kick his ass.
So, how'd you like the taste of my kung fu?
Oh, shut up. You just had to keep going on and on about how I've got no convictions and stuff, didn't you?
Ah, well, it makes sense that he fought the police officer then.
Sure, sometimes studying's a pain, but I still do it. It's not about wanting to be a hero. I'm serious about this.
And why'd you have to bring up stuff about Saki-senpai? That's driving the knife in too far.
What are you saying, Yosuke? When were we talking about your convictions?
Dude, what are you saying? Why did you start this hero talk all of a sudden?
Huh? We both look at each other and cock our heads confused. This happened last time, too. After Yukun and I fought, we were confused about what had happened before the fight. What he said afterwards didn't make any sense either. It's like we were having completely different conversations before the fight. I feel like something's been casting a spell on me. My anger drains away when I have that realization. Yosuke just shrugs it off and suggests that we talk about sharing what we found out about this place. But Yosuke just acts surprised. I wasn't expecting him to be this clueless.
Huh? This isn't Yasugami High?
Really? You thought this was the real Yasugami High?
Hello? We jumped into the TV together? How could you forget that?
I knew he was acting weird from the beginning, but to completely forget that you jumped into a TV? Seriously, what's gotten into him? As I stare at him in disbelief, Yosuke scratches his head.
Oh, I see. My brain's been kind of scrambled.
Compared to what?
First I get thrown into this Grand Prix thing, and then you keep rubbing salt into my old wounds.
Oh, come on. You did the same thing to me.
Wait, what's going on? You sound normal now, but before the fight...
The same thing happened a little while ago. Yukun started saying weird things, we fought, and then things were back to normal once it was over.
Could this be another one of those rules in this world?
That may be it. I snap my fingers when the idea hits me. It's a rule that we have to fight each other. Another rule is that only the winner can move on. Then maybe there's yet another rule about how the situation changes to force us to fight?
But who would make rules like that?
Well, who makes the decisions around here? Teddy, who's calling himself the General? Rise-chan, the announcer? There's no way either of them would want to make us go through this.
Could there be some bad guy out there making us crazy?
A certain face comes to mind. The girl who was with Teddy in the stairway. When I asked Teddy about her, he seemed to be avoiding having to talk about her. This smells fishy.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Yosuke.
I tell Yosuke about the girl I saw. It appears that he knows who I'm talking about, too.
I met that girl too. Our ponytailed student council president, right?
Student council president? Oh, we must be talking about different people. Our president is a guy.
Seriously?
Dude, the elections were just last week. You can't even remember their gender?
Oh, I slept right through all that. But if that's true, then is she lying about being the student council president? Why would she do that?
I don't know. But I'm positive she's not the real president. And isn't it suspicious that she's inside the TV?
Yeah, the president got kidnapped by ninjas.
Good point. Let's go see what's up, Chie.
Yosuke jumps up and starts to rush away, but...
Yosuke!
Youch. Face first into an invisible wall. That's gotta hurt.
Sorry. I forgot to tell you, but it seems like only the winner gets to go on.
Not losers like you, Yosuke.
Why didn't you tell me sooner? My nose is all flattened now.
Ah, it's fine.
But, man, I can't get through.
Damn it. Guess I'm stuck waiting here. Wait!
Oh no. What is it?
Yosuke suddenly looks extremely serious. Is there another problem I haven't noticed? Yosuke can be surprisingly perceptive at times. Maybe there's some new danger.
What am I supposed to do if I need to use the bathroom?
That again.
Oh, now I feel like an idiot for assuming the best of him. Oh, that's the kind of guy Yosuke is.
Oh well. The rest is up to you, Chie. You're the only one who can solve this case and save my bladder.
Huh? Oh, right.
Rise from your grave and rescue my bladder.
Well, in any case, I'll be counting on you. Sorry, I wish I could help you. But I'm sure you can save the others.
Yeah. I'll do my best.
Make sure you think before you act, okay? Going with your gut isn't that bad, but you tend to lose control pretty easily.
Time for round 2, Yosuke.
Shut up. I'll solve this in no time.
Even I know that. When I yell back at him, Yosuke gives me a bright smile.
That's the spirit. That president girl was headed to the announcement room. I'll be waiting to hear good news from you.
Oh yeah, the announcement room. Finally have an answer to the question I was thinking about before this fight was interrupted my train of thought. You have to be able to broadcast an image if it's going to show up on the monitors. So they have to be in the announcement room. I thank Yosuke and start running. Yuku and Yosuke, Teddy and Rise-chan too. The reason why everyone's acting all weird has to be because there's some bad guy pulling the strings. When I think about it that way, my spirits lift and my footsteps get much lighter. Of course, that girl's on my list of suspicious people too. It's better to have an objective in mind when going into things after all.
Announcement room, here I come!
If there really is a bad guy in there, I'll catch him and get my answers. About this world, why we're being forced to fight, and what this battle being for me stuff is supposed to mean.
Oh, this is insane.
Although I was super confident when I set off, I'm having some trouble now. Only the winner can go on. I figured that only the losers would run into those invisible walls. Man, I was wrong. Those stupid things are all over the place. Every path I've taken so far has been blocked. I got up one of those sets of stairs to the second floor, but I can't even get close to any of the stairs to the third. The announcement room's on the third floor. Not only that, but the school is a complete mess. Some hallways go on forever, and one wrong turn and suddenly I'm in the practice building again. Actually, is the announcement room even on the 3rd floor in this place?
Ow! Sheesh! Another wall?
Change directions and mumble to myself. Could there be some kind of fixed route through? There better be a way into the main stronghold. Just as I'm thinking that,
Who was that?
I saw something red as I passed a hallway. It was a person. I hurry back and look again. For a second, I thought it might be Yukiko, but that wasn't her height. And I'm pretty sure that was a man. And the way that red cloth is billowing... Was that a cape?
Really? A cape.
I must be seeing things. Nobody would really walk around outside dressed as some kind of cheesy superhero, right? Wait, this isn't outside. We're in the TV world. Maybe that was a shadow? If he's human, then that means there's another mysterious person walking around, along with that fake student council president. What's going on? I gotta check this out. I cautiously head back to where I saw the red thing a moment ago. I peek around the corner and see... It is a person. That doesn't look like a cape. That looks like he just pushed a shirt up over his shoulders. Oh man, and that is a cape. He's actually wearing a cape. Seriously? And a red cape even? Wait, so who is he? To be honest, he's way too suspicious. As I'm debating whether to call out to him or not, the guy takes a fighting stance and strikes out at nothing. Whoa, that was insane. Is he punching the invisible walls? That looked like a crazy strong punch, but even that didn't do anything to the wall. The guy on the cape stops and thinks to himself for a while, then looks around while muttering to himself.
I knew it. Whoever set this up only thought about blocking people's paths. Anywhere there already was a real wall got overlooked.
That's kind of brilliant, Akihiko. Hey, you opened a window. I didn't know they opened.
Then I'll just go another way.
What?
The cape guy suddenly jumps out the window.
Wait. How'd you... I mean, you can do that?
I hurry over to the window the guy just leaped out of. I look around to see where he must have landed, but he's nowhere to be seen. Actually, I can't see the ground from here. Is there even anything to land on down there?
I wonder if he's okay.
A fragrant, irresistible aroma flows in from the land outside. The smell.
Steak!
I'm just imagining like this Hanna-Barbera like animated aroma scent, you know, with a forming a beckoning finger and Chie just floating along with it. Oh, I breathe deep, letting myself feel the steakiness of the air seeping into my body. That smell. Not just steak, a steak bowl. Special version of the steak bowl served at Aya, with freshly cooked rice and that juicy meat I love so much. There's no way my nose could mistake the aroma of the Aya special steak bowl.
I'm so hungry.
That reminds me, all I had to eat today was a rice ball for breakfast. I didn't get anything at the food court, and I forgot that Yukiko had made us all lunch too. Then again, I'm not sure I would have eaten it then, but I'd sure eat it now. I'd scarf it down with both hands. I'm not kidding, that's how hungry I am right now.
Jeez, I'm practically drooling. Should I try jumping down from here too?
Well, we can't save, so... Steak it is. I make up my mind to jump out the window. I feel like I'm floating. It's sort of like how it feels when I enter the TV. Everything goes dark. When I wake up, I'm lying on the ground. Where am I now? This doesn't look like it's on the school grounds. Wait, is that a convenience store over there? Yeah, that's it. I know that store. It's the closest one to the school, though it's pretty far on foot. It's not like you could get there just by jumping out of a window from the school. What's going on? But this place...
Steak bowl!
I sniff around and get another whiff of that incredible snake bowl-laden air. I am suddenly reminded of the way Teddy sniffs around when he's searching for something, but it works and I can follow the invisible trail of beefy goodness. It leads me to the brawny back of the guy in the red cape.
Don't tell me. Is he a rival meat lover?
The rich smell of the snake bowl assaults my sense of smell, even as the sight of the guy in the cape through the store window assaults my eyesight. Magnificent smell of the snake bowl is calling to me. Wait, I need to see who that red cape guy is. He's... No! No! There's only one steak bowl left on the shelf, and he's reaching for it. My God! He's gonna buy the last steak bowl!
Hold it right there!
I crash through the doors and snatch the steak bowl away in an instant before the guy in the cape can touch it. This is an Aya steak bowl. Even better, it's the super special steak bowl. What's it doing in a convenience store? Maybe there's some deal going on between Aya and the store to sell their steak bowls? Oh man, Mr. Aya, that's just good business. You'll make so much black ink from this move.
Wait, that's mine. I saw it first.
Possession is 9/10 of the law.
The guy with the cape glares at me with murder in his eyes. But I'm not backing off. I mean, this is stake on the line here.
If you hadn't yelled like that, I would have gotten it before you.
Well, there's no way to know that for sure. In any case, this super special steak bowl from Aya is mine.
Now I know I really can't let you have it. That's from Umiyushi. It's their ultra super beef bowl. If you can't even tell the dishes apart, you have no right to steal my meat.
What? Excuse me? This is from Aya. How would I mistake it from somewhere else? So, you think you know your meats, do you?
The guy smirks at that. Smirk? Or the dangerous smile of a shark? I almost flinch from the aura of danger this guy's given off. This guy knows nothing about meat. His muscles have to be all show. I glare back at him without giving in. This guy eventually makes a decision.
Alright, let's take this outside. We'll see who's more worthy of that bowl.
The clerk eats it while we're fighting.
Wow. This is the first time in real life I've been told to take something outside. All right. Let's do this.
Jay walks outside while Akihiko buys the food. The guy in the red cape throws some money on the counter and then puts the food in a bag. When we leave the store and hang the bag from a nail on a nearby telephone pole, it hangs there, tempting me. A prize, like a championship belt, but made of steak! Only the victor gets the bask in the true glory of Aya protein.
I'll teach you a true appreciation for meat. Are you ready?
Akihiko.
I'm ready. The question is, are you? I'll pound you. I'll tenderize you.
Oh, just kiss already. the two-fisted protein junkie, Akihiko Sanada. That's right, his meat is yours now. I won! I rush over to grab the bag. No, the championship belt, hanging from the telephone pole. It's mine, all mine. It's very precious to me. Ah, that luscious meat. Under that, the blindingly white rice covered in the delicious juice. Yes, covered in the delicious meat juice.
Oh man, that wonderful smell. Oh, heaven. Well, chow time.
I sense someone staring at me. I turn around. The red-caped guy is on his knees, glaring at me with the fury of 1,000,000,000 suns. Wow. Actually, it's hard to eat with all that hate being aimed in my direction. And I can hear his stomach, too. It's rumbling like a wild animal. So he's hungry, just like me. We have so much in common. No!
To the winner, the spoil. Yep.
Only the winner can move on. I open the lid, making a show of enjoying the steam from the steak bowl just to annoy the guy in the cape. Oh my, what a fragrance. Even though he lost, I feel so sorry that he doesn't get a chance to eat any of this. I could seriously down an entire bowl of rice if it smelled like this. I'm not kidding. This steak bowl is more than just food. It's a work of art that you see with your mouth. Mr. Owner of Aya, Aika-chan, thank you for this food.
Chow time!
Having to eat with split chopsticks is annoying, but here comes the first bite.
Dude, why were you passed out on the floor holding a convenience store bag?
Huh? Is this Junes? Yosuke? Wait, what? What's going on?
A convenience store bag? Where's my steak bowl?
Steak bowl?
You mean that crushed food packet you had? We threw it away, duh.
You were gonna eat something you found in the TV world? You're really brave.
I realize there's more than just Yosuke and Yukiko here. Yu-kun's here too. And Kanji-kun and Rise-chan and Teddy? Even Naoto-kun's here. When did they all get together?
Huh? Oh, so the case...
It's solved. Yes, thoroughly.
Huh?
But wait a second. It's solved? All of it?
While you were chasing your steak, we were hard at work.
Ah, it was a mistake.
Gee, Senpai, you really are a carnivore.
Well...
Job's over. You can go get some steak now.
Oh, that's such a cold read, you. Yu-kun smiles kindly. No, he doesn't. His eyes aren't smiling. Not at all. I slowly turn around to look at everyone else. They all have the same look. Their mouths are smiling, but they're looking down at me coldly. I look up at the sky to escape their glaring and laugh painfully to myself. Ah, so hungry. Steak. Okay, so now that we've seen the joke end for Chie's path, we can continue on.
To the Velvet Room.
Because, you know, if you
This
notice,
place exists
see that dark
between
circle?
dream and
That's not
reality,
really...
mind and matter. Now, why don't you introduce yourself?
So, let's load it up before we went diving out for the steak.
Very well.
I changed slots for a reason. Text skip. We'll keep looking for the girl.
No, bad Chie. I need to focus on teddy cuts over steak cuts right now. I mean, just teddy. I gotta stop getting sidetracked and go to the announcement room.
Has anyone tried Bear? I slammed the window shut and forced myself to turn away from the temptation of a steak. Goodbye, Aya's special steak bowl. Our love is not meant to be. For now. Once this case is solved, I'm going to treat myself to a steak bowl as a reward for all my hard work.
All right, here I go.
Plus, you know, that was a red cape. That guy was probably Akira. I'm suddenly motivated beyond anything I felt today. With that doofus in the cape, who could he be? The announcement room should be on the 3rd floor of the classroom building, but I somehow end up on the 1st floor of the practice building by the music room. How did I go downstairs when I was trying to go up? Ugh, this is because of all those stupid invisible walls. I have to go all the way around the stupid school to get anywhere. It makes me so mad. Whatever the reason, I have to go into this room now. I swallow hard. I bet there's another one of those monitors in there. Another fight waiting for me.
My next opponent.
While I was running around, I had calmed down, and I've come to a realization. I've been forced to fight Yu-kun and Yosuke. Came into the TV world with one more person.
Ugh, no use worrying about it.
I know that she'd be under the enemy's control when we see each other. If we don't fight, I'll never be able to look Yu-kun and Yosuke in the face again. They trusted me with solving this case. Make up my mind and enter the music room. As I expected, the large monitor near the ceiling blinks on when I shut the door behind me. Again, it's Teddy in that weird get-up. I'm used to it by now.
Jeez, I was getting tired of waiting for you. You're such a tease, Chie-chan.
Then you should have made it easier to get to where I was going. All these invisible walls are a pain in the ass.
Ooh, is someone angry? Well, then let's get right to it. Bring out the next challenger!
Calm myself down while the smoke fills the room. Part of me hopes that it isn't her, but another part knows that there's no one else it could be. I already know what's going to happen. When the smoke clears, sure enough, it was the person I most expected to see.
Yukiko, I finally found you, Chie. This all happened so suddenly that I was getting nervous.
That's right, my best friend, Yukiko, was there. She looks alright, like Yu-kun and Yosuke both did, but...
I was so worried and scared without you. I couldn't even go another step. I can't do anything without you, Chie. Please, Chie, protect me.
Well, of course I'll protect you.
Her voice is calm, and she's not attacking me like I had expected her to. But, while the boys had said mean things right to my face, I sense that she's going to try something nastier. I don't know how to explain it, but this isn't right. Yukiko smiles kindly like she usually does and continues on.
Oh, it's so good to know that. I knew I could count on you. After all, you want me to keep depending on you, right? So you can feel superior. You act like my best friend, but you're just using me, aren't you?
Yukiko's saying exactly what my shadow had said last year, when it was the embodiment of my weakness trying to destroy me. But when I hear them again, from Yukiko herself, makes it so much more painful.
There was a time when I thought that, but that ended last year.
Yes, that's about the past. I faced my true feelings, the one I didn't want to see, and I overcame them. I'm not going to lose myself just from hearing them again. Still, Yukiko has a troubled expression, like she's dealing with a difficult child.
It's okay, Chie. I'm completely worthless. I exist for you. If you abandon me, I can't go on.
Okay, see ya.
My dependence on you is my only redeeming quality.
Stop that! Don't say those things about yourself.
This is not Yukiko. It's not Yukiko. Wow, in the same line even. And even though I know that, seeing her face and hearing her voice when she says that makes me remember again. That cowardly relief I felt when I knew that Yukiko envied me.
I'm just the way you want me to be, Chie.
No, that's not true. Stop saying that.
This isn't you! I don't want this at all. I cover my ears to keep from hearing any more of it. Yukiko laughs.
But didn't you create this world because you wanted to hear that?
I mean, we don't get a Yukiko laugh sound clip? Shame.
I created it.
I like you, Chie. How fragile your heart is. How twisted with jealousy you are. Everything about you is so pitiful.
Now, do you mean you like me, or...
Her methods of slowly cornering her prey are exquisite. Does the carnivore stand a chance against Snow Black?
When she hears Risei-chan's announcement, Yukiko readies her fan. A graceful pose, so elegant and feminine, I could never mimic that.
We're like Beauty and the Beast. Come, Chie, my loathsome beast.
That taunt actually calms me down a little. This is not Yukiko. This must be part of those rules to make me fight. The person I am now, and not even the person I was back then, would wish for Yukiko to be like this. When I tell myself that, I'm ready for the fight. Risei-chan's joyous shout echoes through the room.
The catfight of the century is about to begin! Let's see your claws!
I suppose I could have overwritten 6. Silly me.
Final.
Whoa. Alright. You're the anti-air type. I get that. Either way, my ass.
You both fought well.
I suppose, yeah, how come we're not getting more toasties? Like, that is so ridiculously appropriate for a fighting game. Gonna have to uppercut more clearly.
That was very satisfying to watch, Chie-chan. Keep striving to become the strongest.
Be the very best like no one ever was. Yeah, that's the problem, bit. There's not like a fatality timer in this game, so it's difficult to squeeze in. When I glare at the monitor, Teddy laughs even more nastily before cutting off the transmission. There's a mountain of things I want to say, but right now I need to focus on Yukiko. I fought against her. No matter what the reasons were, I fought my best friend.
Yukiko, are you okay? I'm sorry I couldn't go easy on you.
Chie? Oh, thank goodness. You're back to normal.
Huh?
I knew something was wrong, or you never would have said those things.
She believed in me, even though the fake me must have said some horrible things to her. I can't even say thank you or I'm sorry. I feel like if I do, I'll start crying. Instead, I clench my fists. The same fist that I had just used on Yukiko.
Yukiko, hear me out. I think I'm starting to understand how this world works.
I tell her what happened to me up until now. About how the rules say only the winner can leave the area, and that Yukun and Yosuke are both safe. And that I'm trying to reach the announcement room right now in pursuit of a suspicious girl that was with Teddy.
A girl lying about being the student council president? That does sound suspicious.
Go arrest her.
There's no way anyone would make an honest mistake like that. If she's lying, it means she knows this isn't the real world. So I have to think she's related to all this somehow.
But then, why did she bring us here?
Huh? You know? That's a good question.
Even if she was the one behind this, why would she single us out by name? Neither me nor Yusuke know who she is. How could someone we've never met chose us for this?
Assuming she's behind this, she must have some plan in mind. Something she wants to accomplish by holding this Grand Prix.
A plan, huh?
See how we've been forced to fight? I think this Grand Prix is necessary for whatever reason.
But what would she gain from making us fight like this? I don't get it.
If we were chosen, that means whoever's doing this obviously knows about the investigation team and Personas. But we solved the case, so why now? Don't tell me. Is it revenge? Even then, this seems a little too roundabout.
Oh, that reminds me. There was someone else who seemed really weird. He had this red cape on, and he looked super suspicious.
A red cape?
Whoa! No need to get all excited.
I see Yukiko's after the meat as well.
Anyway, we can find all this out if I go to the announcement room. I'll get some answers out of whoever's there.
I have a feeling you will. I wish I could go with you, but I'll be waiting for you here. I'm sure you'll be fine, Chie. I believe in you. Good luck.
I believe in you. Just hearing her say that makes my heart swell with emotion. Yukiko's eyes are calm, and just looking at her encourages me. Well, now I've fought all my friends that I had entered the TV with. All that's left now is to head to the announcement room. I tighten my fists. I don't know who's doing it, but if there's someone out there who gets his kicks by breaking up friendships, I'll never let him get away with it. I will find him. And I will put my footprints all over his stupid face. Don't know who you are, but I will find you, and I will kill you.
Hi, Chie-senpai, can you hear me? Senpai! Rise-chan? Is this the real one?
This isn't over the PA system. This voice is echoing directly in my mind. There's only one thing this could be. It's Rise-chan's persona.
I'm so glad. Ever since this weird fake Teddy kidnapped me, I've been all alone. The others are fighting each other too.
I can tell from her voice that Rise-chan is courageously wiping away tears. It really is the real Rise-chan. She wasn't really trying to insult us after all. I feel so much relief that I almost tear up too.
He was watching me this entire time, so I couldn't use my persona. Good thing I got in touch with you. Are you okay, Chie-senpai? You're not hurt, are you?
I'm fine, but what did you mean by being watched? Are you okay?
Rise-chan tells me what had happened to her up until now. It turned out that once the first half of Golden Week was over, she came back to Inaba from the city. Something bumped into her and she fell into a TV. When she woke up, she was trapped in the room she was being kept in, and Teddy was watching her the entire time to make sure she didn't use her persona. No matter how many times she asked Teddy why he did it, he would ignore her questions and laugh. But Teddy had suddenly left the room to look for something, and Rise-chan finally had a chance to get in contact with someone. I guess Rise-chan's voice over the PA system was actually Teddy using her voice, too. Why Teddy suddenly left her alone is a mystery, but it's good to know that I can rely on her persona. Rise-chan has a special persona that can communicate with others, find people, and even figure out the strengths and weaknesses of the enemies we fight. She can look into everything we can't figure out. Oh, is that why she was being held hostage? Huh. I guess kidnapping her was a pretty smart move on her enemy's part then. I should ask her as much as I can while she can still communicate with me like this.
Can you tell where Teddy is?
Yeah, are you going to go after him?
There was this girl I didn't recognize with him. She might be the cause of all this.
All right, let me take a look.
Wonder how much time this will take. I was about to comment about that, but the results came back in seconds.
There he is. But I sense something odd next to him. What is that? It's not a shadow, but it doesn't seem human either.
Are you talking about that fake president? That's gotta mean she's the culprit!
All this stuff with invisible walls making us go nuts while talking to each other. There's no way a normal person could do this. I mean, of course that's the case. And if they're in this world, then at the very least they're a persona user. Looks like she really may be the culprit. But after thinking that far, I suddenly remember someone else. There is one other odd person besides that girl.
Hey, Rise-chan! Is there someone else besides us in this school? I saw a dude in a weird red cape. He up and jumped out of the window. Who does that?
Well, him.
Well, apart from our usual group, I only sense shadows here. But be careful. Some of them are pretty big.
Are there some little ones too? Those silhouettes of students were kind of like shadows. Well, I'm not worried about the small fry. Wait, does that mean Red Cape Man is a shadow? But whose shadow would he be?
Red. Could it be Yukiko's then? No. That was definitely a guy. I mean, he did look and act pretty weird, but he didn't seem like a shadow.
I'm gonna deal with Teddy first. Rise-chan, can I ask you to point the way to him?
Sure thing.
I follow Rise-chan's navigation and begin running. Seems like she can see where the invisible walls are. Thanks to her, I was able to find the room I need without running into any more of them. Good work, Rise-chan.
Is this it? Well then, here I go! Rise-chan, try to get in touch with the others. They're probably worried since they don't know what's going on.
Okay, will do. Good luck in there, Chie-senpai.
Thanks!
Give her a quick salute, even though she isn't really here with me. But I hear her giggle. I guess she could see me anyway. Now that I think about it, does this mean I'm gonna have to fight that girl? Well, there's no point in worrying about it. Make up my mind and open the door.
Freeze!
The two inside the classroom turn around in surprise. The girl with Teddy is the one I saw earlier, the one calling herself the student council president. Actually, now that I get a closer look at her, she's a real beauty. I mean, even I can see it.
I finally found you. I hope you're prepared.
You're that Chie-san who's fighting in the Grand Prix, right?
Who are you? Why are you holding this ridiculous tournament? We've been through hell today, you know. You're gonna give me some answers right now.
Ooh, you're so cool, Chie-chan. Just like a police officer.
Teddy's voice is sarcastic and slimy. Not like his normal voice at all. He must be like everyone else was, controlled somehow. Yeah, I bet this fake president girl's the one doing it, too.
Teddy, you're being tricked. I know you're not really the host of this. You're just not in your right mind. Come over here and we'll go back together.
It's creepy to hear you coax me like that. I'm not going with any carnivore. I bet you're after me for my sweet, delicious bear claws.
What? I'm not interested in your meat at all.
Oof. Oh, man.
Rejected!
You're sweet, huh?
No, Chie. Bad. came from my stomach, not my brain. I didn't mean to say that at all. I swear. I mean, that totally made me sound like someone who kills people to eat them. And I don't, okay?
Ah, she's gonna eat me! Just kidding. Actually, you're the one people are after, Chie-chan. Everyone's got the hots for you, you know. Did you know that Yosuke likes you? He said he's head over heels over you, even more than that dead girl he liked.
Huh?
Oh man, my prediction is coming true.
Kanji likes you too. Of course he would though, since you're a very manly girl. Even Sensei, he told me you're the cutest.
Oh, now I know you're lying, Teddy.
Hey, what are you saying?
I was wondering what kind of insult he was going to say next, but I wasn't expecting him to try to flatter me to death. Even though I know he's not in control of what he's saying, I can't keep from blushing. Teddy smirks like he can read my thoughts and continues his words of praise.
Cuter than the famous idol Rise-chan, the ace detective Nao-chan, and the beautiful innkeeper Yuki-chan.
Chie, I'm sorry, but all three are lies.
You're the cutest of them all. Everyone said so. Did you know you even have a fan club at school?
Stop making stuff up.
Chie-chan, you're blushing. You look so happy. There's no way that could ever be true, though.
Jackass! I get it now. Instead of a direct insult, he was trying to build my hopes up and then pull the rug out from under me. I knew he was going to try that, but it still hurts. Whether he can see my anger or not, Teddy looks at me with pity and frowns.
Our group is full of unusual people who are all so pretty. You're the only normal one of us with nothing special about you at all.
Come see how special my feet are.
But I think it's okay to be normal. It's like you know your place in life. You shouldn't dream of being extraordinary. You're just gonna be mediocre for the rest of your life.
I've never wanted to be like that. I might not have amazing skills like everyone else, but I'm happy with the way I am.
My voice trembles when I reply. Why? I'm not lying, so why is it trembling? That makes me sound like I don't believe it. Teddy senses my agitation and smirks even harder. Yeah, for real though, has anybody actually had bear meat?
Ooh, didn't your mother tell you not to lie? You want to be a beloved hero, and you'll step on anyone to reach that goal. That's what makes you weak.
Oh. We're gonna bring your mama into this, Teddy? No. If I hear any more of this, I'll give in to the enemy's tricks. Teddy isn't in his right mind. He's being controlled by the enemy. I have had deer meat. On its own, it's nothing special. But making jerky out of venison is surprisingly tasty.
That's right.
Then
it's pointless to argue with you when you're being controlled. Let me bring you to your senses first.
let me give you a couple of concussions.
Finally.
The Beast in Heat, Teddy! Nope.
Finish him.
Already did.
Why? Ain't you guys friends? How can you fight your friend like that?
What are you talking about? You're the one who dragged us into this.
Can't help but argue back at this self-proclaimed student council president. But I sound so harsh that I surprised even myself. No, this isn't good. You need to calm down.
What? Chie-chan, why are you picking on Miss President?
Teddy, are you still being controlled? She set you up as a host of all of this. You even had to wear a silly costume.
Hold it right there! You've already got it wrong! Look, Chie-chan! Take a good close look at me!
Huh?
He's making all kinds of goofy poses. I don't know what he's trying to get at.
What am I looking at?
Can't you tell? I'm a dozen times more adorable and sexy than that costumed bear!
You mean that General is someone else?
Bingo! Miss President wouldn't believe me, so we were going to go find that imposter and prove my innocence! Jeez, though! I can understand Miss President making that mistake since she's never met me before, but it's like totally way lame that you couldn't tell us apart.
Dude, stop talking like that. You're confusing me.
I can't tell if he's in his right mind or not right now. You're assuming Teddy's ever in his right mind. But that wasn't Teddy? There's another Teddy walking around here? But why would somebody be imitating Teddy on purpose?
Hey, I was just about to go to the announcement room to stop this Grand Prix thing, too. Honestly, even though he looks exactly like that general, I kinda doubt this one here's the culprit. But I've stuck to him like glue all this time, because I thought he must have been connected.
The girl looks straight into my eyes as she says this. I can tell that she's not lying. My intuition is strong. But then there's something that doesn't add up. I decide to throw it right at her and see how she reacts.
Then why did you lie about being the student council president?
Lie? I'm not lying.
But the student council president we just elected is a guy. Are you really a student at Yasogami? What's your name? What class are you in? Who's your teacher?
Name? Class?
Chie-chan, you shouldn't interrogate her like that.
I wish I could believe her, but there's too much that seems funny here. Even Rise-chan said she didn't feel normal. There's so much evidence against her that I can't help but be suspicious. You made us fight our friends, and you made everyone say those horrible things. What are you up to?
Yep. Well, Dojima does need a new partner. This girl has to be a Persona user. I've been ready for a fight against her this whole time. But instead of challenging me, she turns pale and falls silent. How could she get any paler? She doesn't have an ounce of aggression in her. Well, that certainly wasn't what I was expecting. All I can do is wait for her to answer.
I don't know my name. I can't remember what class I'm in either.
Huh?
I don't understand it myself. Now that I think about it, I don't even know why I'm here.
How could you...
Asphincter says what?
Are you serious?
She doesn't even know her own name? And she doesn't even realize that until I pointed it out? How could that be possible? It doesn't seem like she's lying, but I'm not sure if I can believe her or not. But seeing me lost in thought, the girl looks at the ground with a pained expression.
It probably looks like I'm trying to lie my way out of this.
Yes.
No matter how much I tell you I didn't do this, there's no way you'd believe me.
With that, she turns her back on us. From behind, she seems so frail that it's shocking.
Hey, wait! Where are you going?
To the announcement room. I'm gonna prove my innocence myself. Sorry I doubted you, Teddy. I'll see ya.
Miss President!
The girl shakes off Teddy and darts out of the classroom. I have no idea what to do. I can only stand there and watch as she leaves.
Chie-chan, you have to hurry after her! She can't use a persona! She'll be in trouble if she meets anything dangerous!
She can't use a persona? Wait, then how did she get into this world?
Huh? Oh, you're right.
Only Persona users can enter TVs. False! Since Teddy's mind was being messed with just a few minutes ago, I can rule out that he's the one behind it. The culprit has to be someone else. So far, I've seen 2 people so far that look suspicious. Get a proofreader! The guy in the cape and the self-proclaimed student council president. But when I first saw the guy, he was being blocked in by the invisible walls. I don't think whoever created these walls would let himself get trapped like that. And the girl is obviously lying about being the student council president. Plus, Rise-chan sensed that she wasn't a shadow or a human. That puts her at the top of my list. But what if I'm wrong about this? If she's not a Persona user, then... Oh no, don't tell me.
Does this mean it's like last year's case? Did someone drop her in here?
Oh.
Then there's someone else who's mimicking Teddy's appearance doing all of this? I have a sudden realization. If that girl is just a victim, then her shadow may have come out on its own. Actually, if it did, that would explain why we've never seen a place like this before when we've been in the TV world. My entire body suddenly goes cold. And why is there yellow fog in the air? Could I have made a gross misunderstanding? I mean, even if, you know, this form conjured from her consciousness, there is no yellow fog anywhere anymore.
Then the culprit isn't her, but her shadow.
Now that I think about it, I should have suspected that from the very beginning. Why didn't I think that until now? I was confused because I was being forced to fight everybody, and my friends were all saying terrible things to me. No, I can't leave things like this.
I have to go after her.
I really wasn't being myself. I didn't listen to what she had to say, and I was being harsh to her for no reason. I'm sure I said something that really hurt her. And if she meets her shadow in a state like that, things are gonna get ugly.
Please, Chie-chan, help Miss President!
I'm on my way.
Yep. Well, I mean, she also didn't get dive bombed by Elizabeth, so that might have helped. Kept her on task. To be honest, there are some questions that just don't have answers right now. But I can think about that later, after I save that girl. I rush out to the hallway, but she's already out of sight. But she did say that she was going to the announcement room. And that other Teddy, likely that girl's shadow, is gonna be there too. Please let me make it in time. I have to sprint like the wind. Holy moly! It's like this room's turned into something completely different. First, it's almost twice the size of the real announcement room. Second, the walls are now made of huge glass panels. It's obvious that the world outside is not the school like it should be. As I'd expected, there were 3 people inside. Rise-chan, the self-proclaimed student council president, and that girl's shadow. Or not?
How is this possible?
Oh, you're finally here? She got here first, so I was wondering what happened.
Face, my face, laughs at me. A mirror image of me was standing there.
Why is my shadow here? I don't know. She suddenly appeared. The fake Teddy vanished and then...
Another Chie-san? I thought you just beat me here. Ugh. Will the outsiders shut up and be quiet? My only business here is with myself.
Shadow turns her sharp golden gaze towards me. There's no mistake about it. That is my shadow. I met her last year.
You became my persona, though. I don't get it. Why are you back again?
It's because you're weak.
Because I'm weak? That's the same thing all my friends were saying when I was forced to fight them.
Did you think your shadow would never be back to haunt you after you gained your persona? Wouldn't that be nice? But no one can ever let go of their weaknesses. I'll stay inside you, and I'll keep screaming your true feelings for everyone to hear.
Wait, when the general said the Grand Prix was for me, he meant...
True, it appeared that my friends weren't in their right minds a number of times today. I didn't let it bother me at the time, but was this place really born from my own weakness? Even though I accepted my shadow, am I so weak that it came out again? Are all the horrible things that everyone's been going through, are they all my fault?
You become stronger? You want to be a police officer? Why did you really wish for that? The desire to protect those who are precious to you was only a cover story.
It's true, she just wants to not be punished when she brutally murders Yosuke.
What you really want is to be a hero, a shining force for justice. You're ordinary in every way, but you want to be a winner. And to get there, you'd even use those precious to you as stepping stones.
The face I know so well laughs mockingly.
That's not true. That wasn't what I was thinking at all.
Are you gonna deny it again? That you're me?
I'm so disappointed in Yosuke because, like, my first impression of him, he seemed so reliable and with it. Then, like, as the game went on, he was just an ass. I can't deny her. That's what shadows do. They try to make the real person deny their existence, and then they try to take the place of the real one. I know that, but I can't stop my emotions. I was able to accept her as part of myself last year, but I can't right now. I mean, how can I just accept this was my fault? That I, of all people, did such horrible things to my friends? My vision blurs. My hands and legs tremble.
You're not.
Just then,
No! Senpai, don't listen to her! Rise-chan?
I turn around and meet Rise-chan's gaze. She's looking straight at me, meeting my eyes, even though I'm so weak. The girl behind her is looking at me with worry, too. Both of them have a look in their eyes that say they have faith in me. Even though they must have heard whose fault this all is, who caused all the horrible things they had to go through, I have to ask myself, if I deny that I'm weak and my shadow goes berserk right now, will I make these two suffer even more? Do I want that to happen?
You're right.
What?
That's right, I remember now. I remember the time when my shadow first came out. At the time I had Yukun and Yosuke with me. I was saved because I wasn't alone. It's the same right now, too.
I won't deny
And-
any of what you just said. I do still wish to be a hero. And I do feel inferior to Yukiko and the others sometimes. Part of me loves how cool it would be to become a police officer. But that's not all there is to it. Wanting to protect everyone. That's my main reason. I can't let my friends down. Not after they accepted me for who I was. I'm not amazing like them. But that doesn't mean I can't be proud of myself. That's why I'm working at what I'm good at. What's so bad about that?
That's right. Everyone said so before I came here.
Sorry, I wish I could help you. But I'm sure you can save the others.
I believe in you. Good luck.
Please, Chie-chan, help Miss President!
You can save them.
Everyone believed in me. They trusted me to do everything because I said I could. And even though they aren't with me right now, their trust in me is helping me to stand strong. That's why I should be able to take this on.
She calmed her emotions. I want to protect Rise-chan and that girl and everyone who's still at this school. Not because I want to be a hero, but because I love them. My weakness gave birth to you, right? Then I'll put an end to this right now.
I'm not scared of my shadow anymore. Now I'll end this for sure. Mirror match, eh? Well, everything else about the story progression changed. Maybe this did too. Well, no, because there's going to be a cliffhanger. This totally isn't the end.
Finally!
Oh, I'm too good. Oh, I got her Persona twice. Which one's me again? Uh-oh. Finish her off with a sweep. Do a palette swap for the mirror match next time.
I won.
Having managed to calm my raging shadow, I turned back to the other two girls. I was able to protect them, right?
What was that all about?
Oh yeah. I'm really sorry I doubted you.
Oh, you're about to be wrong so hard, Chie. Rise-chan and I quickly explained what just happened to the shaken girl. How in this world, you're repressed inner thoughts, your shadow separates from you. How it appears in the form of your other self and tries all sorts of tricks to try and take the real person's place. Then again, in my case, I had experienced that once already and I should have been okay. But it looks like I did it again.
So, the real cause of this was actually me.
A shadow. A repressed self.
I'm not surprised it hasn't registered. It is coming from left field for you.
I'm bad at explaining things after all. If only someone smart like Naoto-kun were here right now, she'd be able to explain things a whole lot better. But what's important isn't that that girl understands what happened, it's that I have to accept my shadow once more.
What the?
I thought I eliminated any possibility of her heart breaking free. Did she not suffer enough? No. I did everything right.
The lights suddenly drop, plunging the room into a darkness, and a voice echoes through the gloom. That voice. That's not my shadow. What in the world's going on?
Teddy?
I realized that the fake Teddy was suddenly standing in the room without us noticing him. 'Cause, you know, the lights were off. Huh? Where'd my shadow go then?
I get it. She was pretending to be General Teddy this whole time. Am I right?
Looks like you'll be alone forever. No one can understand you.
Huh?
Might look like Teddy again, but that tone of voice and way of speaking are nothing like what Teddy would say. What he's saying is a bit weird too. Maybe he's not actually talking to me? Could he be talking about this other girl? What could this mean?
Why don't we put an end to this game? Are you still going to keep deluding yourself?
Delude? Whoa, wait a sec. Aren't you supposed to be my shadow?
No, that shadow, it's resonating with Miss President.
What?
I'll show you.
This turn of events is perplexing, but the fake Teddy smirks and snaps his fingers. Oh, here we go. This looks familiar, doesn't it? Well, so long as you don't show any of the fighters in the cutscenes, you can just keep using the same one. I will say, though, they spent a hell of a lot more on the animation budget for this than they did for Persona 3. Like, those were awful. Like, other than the opening and the closing movies, like, the ones during the game were so short and so bad that there really wasn't any point to having them at all. No way. That's the other girl's face. That's her shadow?
No!
She cries out, apparently in shock over seeing the shadow as robotic limbs. What's going on?
Wait, does this mean it was this girl's shadow all along?
Yes, GA.
That's right. And like you just saw, I can distort people's appearances and words.
It distorted people's appearances and words? So it was just taking on Teddy's form this whole time? And she was making my friends say things they didn't mean?
Then that other me just now.
That was this shadow too? The shadow smirks at the perplexed look on my face.
Why do you think I have such power? It's because I'm her and she's me. That's right. She's the real liar here.
Is she the real liar? Is it because she's her and the other one is her?
Don't be ridiculous. I didn't lie.
Are we being ridiculous?
Oh, please. Just look at me. I look exactly like you.
The shadow isn't wrong. She does look exactly like the fake president.
That's not true.
That's impossible! The shadow draws closer, making a point to show off her body. She has a mechanical body with large, wing-like metallic parts jutting from her back. These wings turn into a giant axe that the shadow grabs from the air. The girl looks away, as if to try to find a way out. I take this opportunity to speak up.
Don't worry, there's no need to be scared. That's just a twisted version of you.
You know, that does kind of sound scary.
Shadows try to make the original person deny them. It'll be okay, but you need to calm down.
A twisted version of her? She's the one that's twisted. You still refuse to remember? Look at me. And stop deluding yourself.
The shadow snaps her fingers. What's it going to turn into now? I brace myself for the shadow to change, but I don't expect what happens next. It's not the shadow that changes, but the girl does. Her arms quickly change right before our eyes. Her hands turn pale and smooth, becoming something inhuman. In seconds, she's the same as her shadow.
What the... Miss President's body? What is this? Another illusion?
I don't think so. I knew something was weird when I first sensed her. That girl isn't human.
No! No! Don't look at me!
She tries to hide her body from us, but she can't hide everything. The shadow sneers even more as the girl curls up on the floor, then spins the axe as if taunting her. Even though the shadow has the same face as her, seeing her wield such a giant chunk of metal so effortlessly only shows how monstrous she really is. The shadow brandishes the axe in her hands without hesitation. That's when... Kanji!
Kanji-kun!
Kanji-kun bursts in through the wall, as foreshadowed by Akihiko. Well, looks more like he was thrown through it. He isn't moving an inch.
Kanji, you came to save us! Or not.
It's no use. He's completely unconscious. The voice I've heard somewhere before comes from the other side of the new hole in the wall.
You must be Labris.
You're that red cape guy from before!
Oh, he found his meat. Sure enough, the owner of that voice is the guy in the red cape. He steps into the room, brushing dust from his shoulders. Is he the one that blasted Kanji-kun in here? Then, is he an enemy? I take a defensive stance, but he ignores me. Instead, he fixes his eye on the girl in her shadow.
Another Labris. Fine. I'll just calm them both down.
He smirks confidently and raises his fists. Who's Labris? Is that this girl's name? It seems like he knows who she is. Who is this guy?
Welcome to the Velvet Room. This place exists between dream and reality, mind and matter. Now, why don't you introduce yourself?
Yep. And that was still having to finish off use. And not only did we get through it in one go, we also got through the side. Oh, that reminds me, actually.
Very well.
We're going to end this on a positive note and share the meat.
I'll give you some too, if you stop glaring at me like that.
Oh, she's got to give him some. I hold the bowl out to him. I can't keep my hands from shaking in regret as I offer the precious gift of my meat to this total stranger. Nope, I was unprepared to come back to this. I don't want to do this. I really don't want to. But I can understand the pain that comes from being so close to steak, only to have it cruelly snatched away. That would have been so much better if you said meat instead of steak. You were going so hard already, game. Why did you pull back? You've even fought over it. I understand the depths of his love of beef. Again, could have been meat. Even then, the bowl shakes as I hand it out to him. Okay. I'm just going to replace the words. That's what we have to do it. I understand the depths of his love of meat. Even then, the meat shakes as I hand it out to him. The red cape guy swallows hard and reaches out. But he snatches his hand back at the last moment and suddenly stands up.
Make fun of me. I'm not taking your pity.
Oh, he's gone. Well, now I can eat without any regrets. I can't hold back my excitement as I tear off the lid from the super special steak bowl. Oh my, what beautiful presentation. This is the kind of thing you never see at the real Aya unless both the owner and Akachan are at their very best. The marbled fat of the steak looms even more alluring than usual. I must have it. It consumes me. Just looking at it fills me with joy, and I'm near the point of placing it on the ground and bowing to it.
Showtime!
Having to eat with split chopsticks is annoying, but here comes the first bite. And there it goes.
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
Hey, we're 15% done.
This place exists between dream and reality. Mind
Oh,
and
goodness. But that's going to be it for tonight.
matter. Why don't you introduce yourself?
So, though I do want to ask one question to the people who have, oh, you get nothing for 100%? Well, whatever.
The
So,
persona you have acquired. It is
we've
a
got
side
a
of you
few
that
options.
shows itself when you face the
Now,
world around you.
if the information I read is
Perhaps
correct,
you can think of it as a facade of
we can
determination you
do
wear to face various
Akihiko,
difficulties in life.
Mitsuru, or Aigis to unlock Labrys's story. So, I suppose I should leave it to those people who are brave enough to go on this journey, which of the three we tackle next week. Alright, so Silver suggests Aigis for reasons of logic.
Asphincter says what?
Yes, I'm curious to what Dio says too. But while he is consulting his inner monologue to determine what to say. I will throw out the socials and start wrapping things up. Oh yeah, sorry, no cat today. But in any case, all right, so that's 2 for I guess that is a quorum. My name is Drew, and I stream for Damage Control Blog. Specifically, its Twitch channel, because this is very clearly not a blog here, if you hadn't noticed. So, and of course on this blog we write about at least video games, as seems to be thematically appropriate for having a Twitch channel, but we also write about movies, music, anime, technology, TV shows, food, all sorts of fun pop culture-y stuff. Now check out our blog at dcgameblog.com. We've got content every day of the week except for rare screw-ups. And any day that we are not streaming, which is usually Sundays and Mondays, we have something up on the blog, and we try to put something up on days that we can't make our regular stream as well. I've got to at least do Labrys before I can call this game a wrap, allegedly. But, well, we don't have to move on to Castlevania 3 until sometime in October, so, you know, we've got at least 2 more sessions we can use for this, so, yeah, I think that at least that much is doable. Though, I suppose, after we do Labrys, we'll probably want to circle back around at least to you and continue on from his cliffhanger. But anyway, so if you want to know when we've got a new blog post going on, the easy way is to sit with our blog page open and just keep hitting F5. Or, for those of you who are less hardcore, and shame on you if you aren't hardcore, you can follow us on one of our 3 social media accounts, which are on Twitter, Mastodon, and Facebook. And there'll be a notification that gets posted to those when we've got a blog update. Now, we do post advance notice of our streams on the days we're streaming. So if you want to know sooner than Twitch sends out its the second we start notification, we'll let you know what time we're streaming. Just take a look at the blog or take a look at the social media post, because it's right in the title of the post, so you don't even need to click through. I mean, it's not like we monetize it anyway. We don't need your clicks. And for those of you who are watching the VOD on our YouTube channel, please give us a like and subscribe so you can come back and see the next part, naturally. And if you like talking about any of the things that we blog about, well, the majority of our content, that's the deep secret, is we write a heck of a lot more on Discord than we ever do for the blog, just by virtue of us wandering in and shitposting all week.
Sphincter says what?
Oh my goodness, this is going to be like a real meme factory, isn't it, Silver? Hopefully that big eye roll earlier was visible. Yes, I do. We absolutely need more clips, and maybe by the time we're done with this, we will finally have enough to... I will finally be satisfied with the length of the clip compilation. But we'll have to see. So, anyway, now that all of that is said and done, I want to give a big thank you to everybody who showed up today, whether they talked or not, or just lurking, or wandered in and didn't know how to go to another webpage after, for reasons we won't get into, and just got stuck with us. Thank you even for being a victim of a cruel fate. And of course, an extra special shout out to I Spy a Moose for the follow today, because, we're not done calling attention to it yet. Now that we're all done here, does anybody have a channel to suggest we raid tonight? I'll just awkwardly pause here a second so we can give you all a chance, given that it's not, given that there is a little bit of lag here. Let's see, on my personal list, I see Mini Lily doing Faster Than Light. I see Pope Corky doing Yakuza 4. Very nice. I believe he was doing Yakuza last time we rated him as well, but 3. You know, Yakuza, as Labris would say. Alright, so let's take a look at the blogs list. So let's see, we've got Lightning Collector doing Resident Evil 3, Mokai Red doing Ghost Runner, Justa doing Fall Guys, Songbirder with Fazanadu. But we went to Songbirder yesterday, so let's spread out the love. Oh, Dio's interested in Yakuza. Use guys. Well, why not? Oh, I'm gonna get this wrong. Is it IX? It's IX, not XI. Ha ha ha. Alright, well, give the Pope your best. Say 5 Hail Marys and 3 Our Fathers, and you will be forgiven. But there's probably a lot of people in Yakuza 4 who will not be forgiven. Not at all. But anyway, thank you all for coming here as I screw up Pope Corky's name. So the raid didn't actually start. Ha 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 ha. There we go. For some reason I had to put an extra E in there.
Good night, everybody.
Oh! Was that Raphael? Well, whatever. We'll see you next week.